Hello, and welcome to another episode of this. Welcome. And today I'm going to tell you how I found out about some of my favorite YouTubers. So, if you haven't seen any of these, I really suggest to check it out because they are really good. And so, I made a little chart here. And I don't know if it's backwards. It might be. And so it just shows how the connections between everything. And so the first thing on here is Smosh. Now, Smosh is fairly popular. And I actually learned about this because one of my friends, he told me to search up this video called Cute Furry Kittens, and it just happened to be by Smosh. And so I kept on watching their videos, and they turned out to be really good. And by Smosh, I don't mean just the channel Smosh. I mean like all of their channels, like Smosh Games, Smosh Pit Weekly, Super Mario Fun Time, E&H, the Smosh Second channel, all those channels, Lunchtime with Smosh, whatever, and they're all in this category. So I'll go over some of the things that I learned from Smosh, like usually on Smosh Pit Weekly. That's usually where I find out most of the YouTubers. So the first thing is Eddsworld, and Eddsworld is a really good YouTube channel because it's like a cartooning channel, and I would really recommend it to people who like cartooning, like funny cartooning, because it's really good. So it's called Eddsworld, right here. So then another thing that I learned from Smosh is Guy J. Collins. And this is another animation thing, and he is pretty good. And it's not really, they don't really have voices like the characters, but it's pretty funny, and I would strongly suggest it. Another thing that is pretty popular, you probably know it, but it's called the Fine Brothers, also known as Kids React or Teens React or whatever. And I learned a lot of things I found out about a lot of YouTubers from this. I found out Codias, which is just a guy, and he makes funny videos, kind of like Smosh, except he's like younger. I also found Boxy, which she's kind of just random, and I can't really describe her, but she's pretty funny. I also found out Salad Fingers. Now, you're probably wondering what this is, and Salad Fingers is just this really creepy, like, animated person who, he just creeps the heck out of me, and he's just really weird, and he's so weird that you really want to watch it. And so, enough with Salad Fingers. The next thing is Kids React also introduced me to Brizzy Voices, and this is a girl who's just making different voices. I think she's like a vocal coach or something. And Kids React also introduced me to Fred, which is, I'm pretty sure all of you know Fred. He has like 3 movies and like a whole bunch of songs and a whole bunch of, he's like a YouTube sensation. Kids React also also made me learn or whatever about Jenna Marbles. Now, Jenna Marbles is like a girl, and she's just talking about different stuff, and I can't really describe her, but she's really funny, and I would strongly suggest her. And Marbles isn't her last name. I forget what her last name really is, but it's because she has 2 dogs, Kermit and Marbles. So her Her real name is Jenna, but it's Jenna Marbles because that's the name of her dog. And another thing, Kids React I'm not sure if they actually did a video on that on this YouTube channel, but it just kind of reminded me of it, and it's called The Key of Awesome. And it basically just does like parodies of different songs. And it also does their own songs, which is pretty awesome. And so, yeah. And another thing that Kids React reminded me of was Shane Dawson. Shane Dawson, yeah, whatever. And Shane Dawson, my first thing about him that I thought he was going to be like another one of those guys who thought he was so cool and would talk about really weird stuff because of the little, like in Kids React, they only show like little clips of the different videos that he or she has, and so I didn't really get to see it much on Kids React, but I saw, like, in the recommended videos underneath, I just decided to click on Shane Dawson, and he's actually really cool, and he's not at all what I expected. And, sorry, major voice crack there. Another thing that I found out, which I like him so much, he's like amazing, is PewDiePie. And PewDiePie is a gaming channel, and I know you guys are like, well, how can it be so awesome if it's just a gaming channel? But his reaction is just way over the top, and I think it's so over the top that it's just amazing. Like, it's awesome. And he's from Sweden, so he has an accent some of the time, and I just really, really, really like him, and he's awesome. And another thing is, Fred reminded me of the Annoying Orange. Now, everybody's pretty much over the Annoying Orange because I kind of like him, but in a way he's so annoying that it just gets too annoying, so that you just stop watching it. And so that was my overall thing of all the YouTubers that I like. Here's my list. So, yeah, so it all pretty much starts at Smosh. It all starts at that. And so I would recommend to check out all of these because they're all really awesome. And if you've already seen them, then just subscribe to their channels. And yeah, so thanks for watching, and bye, guys. Oh, and by the way, the question of the day is, what YouTuber do you really like, or that do you enjoy, or is like your role model? Because I would like to know, because I really like to subscribe to new YouTubers. So, thank you, and goodbye.